from Ecomx SEO, Shopify SEO training. In this video, I just want to go through something that's really quite simple to fix, but we're seeing it more and more. We work with a lot of clients. We had a new client last week who came to us. They had a lot of products, a lot of content, but they'd slowly been seeing their organic traffic kind of gradually decreasing over the last 6 months or so. The backstory behind them was they had about 10,000 products. They decided to rejig and change some of the brands that they were carrying, and consequently about a third of the brands they were carrying they were no longer going to sell anymore, and they brought in some new brands to make up for that. So the total number of products in their store is around about the same, but they've just changed out those products. So that's pretty common. So this is not only relevant to stores that have a lot of products, but even if you've only got a small number of products and you make changes, you just need to be aware of it. It seems obvious at first, but when there's a lot happening with e-commerce stores and you've got a lot of changes with products, people can forget. So basically what happened with this store is they removed the products that they weren't selling anymore, and they made them unavailable, and they deleted them from the store. So that's fine. That's not going to cause any problems within the search engines. Google will come in, find that the URL's not there anymore. There'll be a 404, and we made sure that they've now got the correct 404 set up for that on their product pages. But what they forgot to do was also make the collection pages unavailable. So they had around about 30 or 40 collection pages that, because the products were removed, they had no content on those collection pages, but they were still available to be crawled by Google. So then obviously what was happening is Google comes to the store, they see that there is thin content or no products in there, but the URL's still available to be indexed, and that's the issue they had. So they had all these pages that were also generating a lot of traffic originally, because they were getting some traffic to those collection pages. So now Google's coming in from that traffic and seeing, and then also the bots coming in and crawling and seeing that there's no content on those pages, and those pages are being devalued. Then over time, because of that, the entire store has been devalued, and we're not sure whether there was a suppression penalty, but certainly it's whether that was the major issue or not. It's certainly something that needed to be dealt with. So what we did in this case, there were some collection pages we then made unavailable, and just go to a 404 and they'll drop out of the index. And then others that had some really good traffic and metrics and had some good links, we set up 301 redirects to other collections that were relevant to that. And then in some cases, we also 301 redirected to some blog posts. So the ways you need to be able to deal with this is there's 3 ways. Obviously, number 1 is you can remove the collection page altogether and make it unavailable, and then the problem's solved. The second one is 301 redirects to, like I just said, either to other collection pages, or you can even read 301 redirect to the home page if you want, but you just need to understand how to do that properly and why you would do that. And then if you're going to do it, just make sure you're checking the metrics. So if you've got a collection page, let's say you're carrying a brand in women's tees, for example, but they've just swapped out the brand and they're still selling women's tees, but it's just a new brand. So that original page, we could 301 redirect to the new collection of the new brand, and that's relevant. You're going to continue to bring in that traffic. There might be some fluctuations in the rankings as Google follows the 301 redirect and also values the new page or the new collection, but you're going to get that benefit of that existing traffic and links going to that collection page. So that's the best way to do it if you've certainly got some power and traffic. And then obviously the other way is to add products back, and you could even change the URL, which is essentially a 301 redirect anyway in Shopify, and add different content and more content. So just really simple. It seems like an obvious thing, but this store, they do really well, very big store, but we're just seeing organic traffic decline, and it was a simple thing where they just forgot to deal with the collections that they were removing once they'd removed all the products. So certainly just make sure you're looking at that when you're dealing with changes and making changes. We're already seeing within a month the traffic starting to turn around. There's also a heap of other things we've done on the site, so it's hard to isolate what it was, but it needs to be dealt with regardless, and it's only going to help the store. Okay. Hope you understand what I've just spoken about, and I'll speak to you later on. Thanks.